everyone, it's Kayla. Happy New Year. I hope all of you had a great Christmas. For those of you in school, we're all on break right now, so it's really nice. I hope that everyone's been enjoying theirs. I apologize for not making a video like the last 3 weeks. I have videos like to edit on my computer. My editing program is not working with me right now. It's sort of like crashing every 5 minutes. So that's why that's happening. So hopefully this video can be up by New Year's Eve. If it's not, Happy New Year. But yeah, today I'm going to be doing my favorite books of 2016. And this is just any book that I read for the first time in 2016. And if it was my favorite or not. And these books might not be my favorite, like, overall out of all the books I've read, but for 2016, they were just awesome. It is sort of a short list. I was going through my books that I read this year, and I keep track of all the books I read in a little journal. And I was looking at them, and I was kind of sad that I didn't have any more books that I thought were really great. I read probably 42 books this year, I think it was, and I found 6 of them that just really enjoyed and really had me reading. So I'm going to present those to you right now. The first favorite book of 2016 for me was definitely Glass Sword. I read both Red Queen and Glass Sword this year, and Glass Sword, oh my goodness, as soon as I finished this book, I just screamed. Like, I am not exaggerating. I sat on my bed and I screamed because it was so crazy, so good, and the ending just had me ready for the third book, which comes out in February of 2017, if I'm thinking of it correctly. It was just so intense. I was really apprehensive when I read Red Queen. I didn't know how to feel about the books, but this one just sold me. It was definitely a favorite that I read this year. The next book is Forgotten God by Francis Chan, and this is just a book basically helping you if you're struggling in your faith. I think Francis Chan is a really great author, and there are a lot of times throughout the year when I start having a little spiritual downfall, and reading a nice, like, good Christian book really just helps me out of it. I just enjoy reading them. His writing is very, like, fluid and very easy to read. It talks a lot about how the church has really forgotten God as an aspect, and so sometimes we're just focused on getting people converted and, like, coming in instead of really worshiping God. And it was just really refreshing to read, and I really enjoyed this one. My next favorite book this year was The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. Oh my gosh, I have loved the Raven Cycle books. I wasn't really sure about them because I have heard weird things about the Shiver series, and I gave this series a try forever ago, and the final book came out this year and it did not disappoint. The fantasy is so great, the world is awesome, and I love our main character so much. If you have not picked up this series, definitely read it. The next book that I have is actually on a competition with maybe one of my favorite books of all time. It's Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. Oh my goodness, this one and Air of Fire, like, only one from the Throne of Glass series can make it, like, to my favorites of all time. I don't want to have multiple from that series. And this one and Air of Fire are just battling so much in my mind. I loved Air of Fire, which is the 3rd book. This is the 5th book in the series. And Sarah J. Maas is so good at weaving in worlds, and I love all of our characters, and oh my goodness, this book was crazy, and it was amazing, and it was just one of my favorites. The 5th book that I wanted to show you today from my favorites of 2016 was The Chase by Kyle and Kelsey Kopecky, and it is just about trusting God with your future, more towards, like, relationships go, but also just with everything in life, and chasing after God instead of chasing after, like, material things and just aspects of life that aren't going to last forever. It was, again, a very refreshing book that I read whenever I was feeling like I was going on a spiritual slump, and it really helped pick me back up. It's really cute. It's told from a dual POV. Kyle and Kelsey, who are married now, and they just talked about how they met and how they trusted God with their future. It's just a really cute little book to read. And the last book that I have to show you, I think has been my favorite this year totally. As I look at my favorite books, it's probably a tie between this book and Empire of Storms, but this last favorite book is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I actually waited to make this video so I could finish this book because I knew it would be on here, but I didn't want to say it was before I finished it. And it's another just beautiful world that Sarah has woven together. I cannot believe I waited to read this. Like, when it came out, I had a friend that read it, and he said I should read it. But I was like, oh, I've got all these other things to read. No. And I read it and it's real good. It's a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, but way more intense and action-packed and fun, and it's one of my new favorite books of all time. I had such a delight reading this. I stayed up till 1 in the morning trying to finish it, and I did. That was last night, actually. So, oh my goodness, pick this up if you have not read. So here are all my favorite books of 2016. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and I'd love to hear your favorites of 2016 down below so I can see which ones I want to read next. I hope you all have a happy new year, and just make a lot of really awesome goals for yourself this upcoming year, and just have a fabulous day. Bye!